You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Good Sunday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network, the Digital Sim Sports Network, and live coverage of the Midwest Dirt Track Late Model Series. Checked in tonight at Lernerville Speedway, the only speedway that doesn't have an outside wall all the way around it on the service. 16 drivers checked in for tonight's action. Should be a great one. See if somebody can keep that 34 car out of victory lane tonight. Corey Boudinot has put a mark on the series that he is going to be the man you got to beat if you're going to win one of these races. Always fun coming to watch the late model guys. We have a great time with it. A lot of racing action going on this week on the network. Starting right here tonight and then moving on to Monday night doubleheader action. You'll have Big Block Modifieds kicking things off for the Dirt Slingers and their Monday Night Thunder with their Jess and Jim's Steakhouse Big Block Modified Series. Round 8, I believe, for them. They kick off 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night, and then 9:30. Rock and K Logistics 410 Outlaw Series are back in action. Tuesday night, Epic Racing Association and their pavement late model stock cars. Kicking off the next season. Not even sure what number it is. I want to say it's season 4 or season 5. Wednesday night, Midwest Truck Series. They go to a road course for the first time this season. They picked a doozy. They picked Lime Rock Park as their choice this time. So we'll see how that Wednesday night thing goes. And then a couple weeks, we'll be back on Thursday nights as well. Netcode Esports and that wonderful Mighty Midget Series. We'll be back with the 2025B season. So, it's starting to heat up around here. Glad to have all of you. Be sure you say hi in the chat. Don't care where you're watching from. If you got a favorite driver, make sure you shout them out. But if you are on Facebook, like, share, and follow if it's your first time with us. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, be sure that you hit that subscribe button. And you'll know every time we go live. You'll start to have a double header on Monday and Thursdays, and then Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, single shows. So 5 nights, 7 action-packed races. Couple of them pavement every week. Just watching some of the boys go at it here in the warm-up hot lap session. We got plenty of them. Only guy that hasn't been on the track is in the 33 car. Austin Strang has not made a lap as of yet. We're hoping he does soon. Northwest, tell me Northwest Ohio. Give me a town name, Robert. We got a lot of friends in the Ohios. We have some from Lima. We've got some from around Cincinnati. We got a lot of friends from Ohio on the network. Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin. I mean, we got a lot of Northwest. A bunch from Pennsylvania, too. We got plenty of people up there from the Northeast. Finley, okay. How far are you in a straight line from, say, Rossburg? Just got about a minute here until these guys get ready to go for qualifying. Tracy Burns is back on track, too. We were hoping to see a couple of more guys make it out here. Somebody needs to have a talk with the driver in the 16 car. Tell him you got to keep that thing up on the bars. You got to keep your foot in it. You can't lift completely out getting into these corners. You got to be able to keep that bar up on that, or the car up on the bar back there. That's what helps it turn. Okay. So my buddy Tim is over in Lima, and he says he's about an hour. So you guys are about equidistant. Seems like Mr. Burns might be a little new to this. Just learning how to drive him a late model. You can't lift completely out. You got to keep a little bit of throttle in this car, and you got to pitch it into the corner before you get there. Try to force it to turn up on that bar and get that thing to rotate. Probably the most important part of driving that car is keeping it up on the bar on the rear end. Now we're going to move on. Hot laps over. Qualifying session about to commence. We'll have plenty of drivers getting ready to head out. Braden Watkins is going to be one of the first to do that. And the black number 22 car will be the first one. Tony Martin is in the bright red and yellow number 22. That'll be out here momentarily, I'm sure. I see Corey Boudinot already on the track. He's completing his first lap. He's going to set our bar here. He may not be the first one to complete, but he is going to be the guy that sets the quick time. Gives everybody else something to chase at. Watkins goes 15:08. Boudinot goes 14:86. I had a feeling. Adam Vinny out on the track at the moment. In that 14 car. I'm still waiting to see the 8 of Tony Martin make his way out. Boudinot still the car to beat. Vinny went by at a 98 the last time. Vinny goes 14:70. Quick time for the 14 car. And now the 22 of Tony Martin makes his way onto the speedway. We watched Boudinot. We watched Vinny. We did not watch Matt Smith. He's fourth quick right now. We'll watch this 22 car. Right through the middle of 1 and 2. And he's going to keep it on the high side in 3 and 4. Doesn't go over the lip. This ought to be a pretty decent little lap. Tony Martin, first time around, third quick. 14:9 and 7 for Martin. Oh, this time takes it out the side window down in turn number 3. So that lap will not be quicker. We'll watch Justin Blazer, who has a no time, and he's already completed his laps. He must have touched the fence a couple of times. Here comes David Murphy. Dustin Lamb is on the track as well. Lamb going to move to 13th quick on his first lap. Murphy was 12th quick. No U. Escobar, no Austin Strang for qualifying at the moment. So it looks like your quick qualifier for the evening will drive the 14 car, the Lumber Dude Limousine. Adam Vinny will set the time. Corey Boudinot was about almost a tenth off. He was about 88 hundredths off of Vinny's time. These are pro late models. Dirt Dog. I see everybody over on YouTube tonight, and I am very happy about that, but I'd like to see some people off of Twitch and some people off of at least Facebook say hi in the chat, just so I know we're streaming to all the platforms. I have no real doubts. It's just nice to get some interaction with you guys. So, trying to figure out where are my Victory Vinnies at tonight. I haven't heard a word from any of the Victory Vinnies. So I'll give these guys a couple minutes. They're going to have a quick driver's meeting. Some final instructions. For those that are waiting for their prizes from ERA over under, I should be picking those up in the next couple of days. I got a confirmation on Saturday, but I didn't have time to go by and take a look. But the print looked very good, very concise. So we're getting those. We're getting a couple of others put together for some stuff. And when we have them, we'll get ready to ship them out to you guys. Little adjustment that we have to make here and there. Have not heard of that one, Dirt. I guess shoot a link over to us. Let us come check you out. All right, qualifying session coming to an end. That means it's going to be time for heat racing action. We'll get ready for our first 8 drivers. We're going to line them up with the quick qualifier in the 14 car. Adam Vinny on the pole. Noah Abbott in the 32 will be on his outside. Brock Bigelow, the 27, and Matt Smith, the 31, make up row number 2. Your third row will be the 51 of John Scott and Michael Everett in the 21. And your fourth and final row for your first heat race, the 18 of David Murphy inside and the 72 of Hugh Escobar on the outside of that row. What time is that show, Dirt? All right, one more time around behind the pace truck. We will get ready to cut them loose down here about the middle of turns 3 and 4. The boys will give us an 8-lap heat race. Everybody's going to the feature. They are racing for their starting position in tonight's A main. Track usually lends itself to having one high line, one low line, and the middle gets kind of weird down in 3 and 4 late in one of these things, so we may see some action there. I don't even know what that means, Dakota, but all right. Good for him.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in heat number 1. Underway into 1 and 2. Vinny's going to go slider line. He'll go right up in front of a 3 wide behind him. Abbott Smith and Bigelow. And Matt Smith trying to go 2 for 1. He and Vinny are going to get together. 3 wide coming out. A little bit of contact, but it opens the door for Abbott. Abbott now goes to the point. Matt Smith a nose ahead of Adam Vinny. Vinny tucked that nose right up underneath the back of it. Lost the front end. Adam Vinny out the side door, down in 3 and 4. Caution this time. So let's go see what happens down here. To the 14. He's going to get that nose right up underneath. You can see that sheet metal already peeled up right there on that hood, and he just kind of loses contact. But then David Murphy had a problem as well, and he just rolled the car off the track. Hello, Miss Jane. There's somebody on my Twitch. Now I'm just waiting for somebody on Facebook. Abbott, Smith, Bigelow, Everett, Scott, Vinny. Murphy's out, and Escobar already took his car back to the work area. We'll see him in the feature. He's just going to start deep in the field. We're going to go one more, at least, till we get the 1 to go. Jane, you probably should run over to Facebook and go to the Dirt Racing Network page and reach out to me and send me like a shirt size and an address and all of those things. Because I'm going to have all that stuff this week. I may not get it out right away, but I want to be able to just shoot it out without having to chase anything down as soon as I have them in hand. All right, lights are off on the pace truck. I don't think we're going too well. We might be. Abbott is going to stay up top. No, not now. Maybe now he's going to move to the inside. I thought he was going to try to stay out in front. Maybe Delaware start this thing. We still got 5 laps in our first heat. We'll go back to green. Abbott grabbing the point, but Matt Smith, not giving up. And there goes somebody out the window. Is that Adam Vinny once again? No, Vinny's up to third. It might have been Brock Bigelow who jumped out the window over there. Now he comes back on the track, and he is just barely going to be ahead of these guys coming to 3 to go. Smith had a notion to make a move up there and try to get to the inside of Abbott, and it cost him a bunch because now Adam Vinny will pull alongside. 2 to go. A lot of racing action still going on at the front. Abbott about a lane down from the top on both ends right now. He's giving Smith room, just not enough to get there and do anything. This time goes out right rear to the cushion, goes over the top. That'll take Abbott out of it. Now it's a battle coming to the checks. Vinny through the middle. Smith around the top. Matt Smith wins Heat 1. Vinny second. Abbott, Everett, Scott, Bigelow, Murphy, and Escobar making up the remaining cars in the field. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it. So Heat 1 is in the books. Pretty good finish to it. Hello, Mr. Bill. We'll get ready for our second heat. It does not look like we'll have 16. We'll have 15, but we're going to line them up like this. It'll be the 34 of Boudinot. Corey Boudinot on the pole next to the 22 of Tony Martin. Braden Watkins, the other 22 car. Starts inside of row number 2 next to the 97 of Alan Stallings. Justin Blazer, 78 car, row 3 inside. Tracy Burns in 16 is his partner in that row. And on the back by himself in the 90 is going to be Dustin Lamb. Competitive on the front row for sure in this one. Captain Spaulding over on YouTube chiming in. Get them rolling by. They're going to get the 1 to go signal right here. 8 more laps in heat racing action, then everybody will be lined up for tonight's feature. We should have about a 5-minute warm-up session in between. Boudinot and Martin on the front row, and the green flag dropping on heat number 2. Boudinot and Watkins are going to slide through, but Martin gets a big run out of turn number 2. He may have the lead when we come out of 4. Slider at the 4th end of the track right here. And lap 1 in the books, and it goes to Martin, but Boudinot not having any of that. He's going to go right back at him. Martin was able to cross that over. Short slider this time. No, he didn't get it there, and the top lane is open. Boudinot leads lap number 2. Mr. Church. in the chat. Boudinot to the point. Martin hanging on to second. Blazer has third. Then Lamb, Stallings, Burns, and Watkins is just in front of the leaders. He slid off of the top of turns 3 and 4 about 2 laps ago. And he is in danger of being the first lap car in heat racing action. I'll tell you what, Corey Boudinot is just racing away. He's almost 2 seconds ahead of Martin. And Martin was fighting for the lead just about 3 laps ago. Lap times not that far apart. Just looks like Boudinot is, well, maybe not now, because now we're going to have Alan Stallings, 97 car, having a problem. He's up at the, oh, yeah. He turned that so late, there was no chance, and he really hit the fence hard. That car tumbled. Left front tire comes shooting off of it as well. So we'll slow things down. That'll bring Martin back close to your leader. That must be the other Lamb for Lamb Motorsports over on YouTube there. Used to seeing 2 of you. Well, left front's not as bad as losing the right front, because if you can hang the left front all the way around, really doesn't hurt the car. I mean, I remember Bloomquist doing it. Man, I can't even remember what track that was at here. It's been a number of years ago, but the left front was destroyed on his, and he just kept it up, kept it pitched up, and he was able to hang on. And I don't know if he won that race or got second, but he's a lot of guys have done it. He's just one that I remember. There's Miss Mindy. All right, we should get the one to go right here. We've only got a 2-lap shootout. Boudinot, Martin, Blazer, then Lamb, Burns, and Watkins. Stallings is done. They'll get that car fixed up for the feature. We'll see him start about, let's say row number 7 in the feature tonight. He should start outside of row number 7. Green a flag with 2 to go. Tony Martin making a move out of turn number 2. He's going to beat Boudinot down to 3 and 4, but he doesn't get up there and shut the door on the top side, and Corey Boudinot sees that sliver, and he goes right back by. This time Martin not going to be able to get there, getting into 3 and 4, and it's going to be another heat win for the 34 car. Martin second, Blazer, Lamb, Burns, and Watkins, the on-track cars, and then Stallings back in the pits, 7th place in our final heat race. So, a little bit of warm-up action. Let's see who it is we can get in here and have a good interview with, or totally embarrassed. Let's try that. Let's see what happens there. Matt Smith, Roger Wagner in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do.
All right, man. We saw you out there in your warm-ups and your heat race. Got to know, what do you think is going to happen here in the feature, and do you have enough car tonight to slow that 34 machine down?
I don't know, because I don't think I'm going to be able to run the top fast enough to keep up with them.
Yeah, it looks like 3 and 4 you really have to be up there. 1 and 2 you might have a pretty good shot in the middle till it goes away. But that guy's tough, and you've been close. We're just curious, does the 31 have anything at all for him tonight?
I'm gonna try to give him a run tonight.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna wish you good luck out there. Keep the rough side facing down. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you. Hopefully I see you later.
Matt Smith in the 31 car right there. I think this guy right here, Tony Martin, has a chance to give Boudinot a run as well. Let's grab Corey. Corey Boudinot, you got a copy?
Yeah.
All right, man. we're asking some of the other guys if somebody's going to be able to put a stop to the string, and some of them sound confident, some of them don't. You look pretty good, especially down here on the 3-4 end of this thing up at the top. What's it going to take to win at Lernerville tonight?
Well, first off, for whatever reason, this car gets real loose, like on the first lap when you're running until it settles in, and then it kind of hooks up after that. But main problem is getting into turn 3. I don't know if we're gonna get into night racing here for the feature, or if it's gonna stay the same time zone. But right now the sun is kind of shining right there on the entry. It kind of messes me up a little bit.
Well, we got to put some kind of
bounds.
We got to put some kind of challenge out there for you, man. You are hard to beat in this car altogether. But man, we're gonna wish you luck. Maybe grab a pair of shades and toss them on when you get down there to turn 3 every time. I know you got enough going on in the car, but maybe you can toss some shades on, and that'll help you a little bit. And we'll see if we can't get a shot to talk to you at the end of this thing tonight.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. That is Corey Boudreaux, the 34. He's won both of the first 2 races. He's gotten a challenge, but he's still able to pull them off. See if anybody has anything at all for him tonight. Or does he go 3 for 3? Just taking a look at some of the guys trying to get out here and make some hot laps. Right now, Adam Vinny's the quickest. Almost ran the same time that he ran in his heat race. He'll slow down a little from qualifying, but almost the same as he ran in his heat race right there. We talked to Matt Smith. That's a David Murphy that he is passing right there in that 18 car. Let's go take a ride in the cockpit here with David Murphy. We'll see what they're talking about down here in turns 3 and 4. You're going to look right into the sun right here. It's not quite as bad at this moment, it don't look like, as it probably was a little bit ago, because it's starting to get down behind some of that stuff behind the track over there. You can see the dust coming off the cars. So she's getting a little dried out here. Well, it looks like the whole cast is in for at least the feature tonight. So thank you guys for being here. Do not forget to join us tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern for show number 1, 9:30 Eastern for show number 2. Monday Night Thunder, the Dirt Slingers Racing League. Big Block Modifieds first, 410 Sprint Cars in show number 2. ERA is back at 8:30 Eastern on Tuesday. We'll probably go live about 8:15. And then Wednesday about the same time, 8:15, 8:30, Midwest Truck Series. They'll be at Lime Rock for this upcoming round. And then we are just patiently waiting for a couple of weeks to go by for the Netcode Esport boys to rejoin us on Thursday night. But it is feature time. And that means all that heat racing action is going to give you an opportunity to line your car up where you finished pretty much. And it'll be the 31 of Matt Smith next to the 34 of Corey Boudreaux. We talked about drivers between heat racing action. Adam Vinny in the 14 next to Tony Martin in the 22 in row number 2. Row 3, the 32 of Noah Abbott next to the 78 of Justin Blazer. Michael Everett in the 21. Dustin Lamb in the 90 in that 4th row. Then Jonathan Scott and Tracy Burns in row 5. The 51 and 16 inside and out. The 27 of Brock Bigelow inside row 6 next to Braden Watkins. Then David Murphy in the 18. Alan Stallings in the 97. Remember, Stallings hit the fence really hard outside of turn number 4. Knocked the left front off of the car. They make up row 7, and U. Escobar will be alone back there in row number 8. Good a look from above. 40 times around. Sun really starting to get low now. I don't think it's going to be a problem over there in turns 3 and 4. It looks like the entire track is in shadows now from the grandstands. Trying to guess how many cars are going to slide off the track in turns 1 and 2 or 3 and 4, and I say it's going to be at least 8. We're going to see a couple of drivers do it multiple times. Here we go. Time to go green. Smith and Boudinot on the front row. Holding it. Now we're going to get a green flag. Matt Smith jumps to the point. Vinny going to try to slide up. No squeeze play on Boudinot. He'll have his hands full down here in 3 and 4 for sure. If Boudinot can stay at the top, he'll clear. But Corey to second, Adam to third, and then Tony Martin sitting in 4th spot right there. Noah Abbott, car looked a little tight. Middle of the corner, he may have had to roll off the throttle right in the middle of a correction, and the car shot to the right. He had to slow down. He hangs on to 5th. Michael Everett is 6th. Bigelow around the top has 7th. Here comes Stallings to 8th. Watkins is now 9th, and Jonathan Scott 10th. Guys struggling to get off the corners right now. Matt Smith having no trouble whatsoever, though. He's opened up a pretty fair lead here. Got about 6/10. Boudinot, about the same, maybe a little more, maybe about a second and a half. On 3rd place, Adam Vinny. He and Martin pretty tight. Here comes Martin looking for a low line pass. Going to slide it out of turn number 2, and Martin takes over the 3rd spot. Vinny hanging on to 4th, right in front of Noah Abbott. Now Abbott really low in 1 and 2. Down here in 3 and 4, he's not quite running quite as low a line. He's going to go a lane or so up. He's trying to find the tack down there at the exit of turn number 4. Boudinot slowly and steadily reeling in Matt Smith. He's cut it in about half. They're coming up on lap traffic already. Going to come up on Murphy and Lamb, who are racing for 13th and 14th. Terrible news. Staying at about 3.5, 4/10. That time Boudinot slipped out of turn 2. We're going to catch a caution. Jonathan Scott looks like he's going to have problems here. The 51 car. Yep, slid it out the corner. We'll see. He's going to get... He's going to come up, and he's probably going to do it right by traffic here, and he's going to stop the car. That going off the track did not cause us a caution. So something about that. Maybe got too close, was going too slow to the racing surface. But that does not normally bring out a caution when you slide off unless you get right up against the edge of the track. So, Smith, Boudinot, Martin, Vinny, Abbott, Stallings, Bigelow, Blazer, Everett, Burns, then Watkins and Murphy, 11 and 12. Lamb's in the pits, Scott's in the pits, and Escobar is already out. 72 car just didn't look like he had much going on tonight. Dustin Lamb will rejoin the field at the very back. We're doubled up. We're ready to go back to it. 30 laps remaining. Can Smith get another great start like he did on the initial start? It looks like he will. As we go back to green. Boudinot in low, going to come out high, goes right across the nose, gets shoved down the backstretch by Matt Smith. That's going to put Corey Boudinot about 2-3 car lengths out in front. He kind of had a trouble off of turn number 4 right there. Car got a little shape. There goes Matt Smith out the window. That's about 3 cars now. That's going to put Noah Abbott up to third. Tony Martin in second, and Martin is right there. Abbott right across the nose of the 14 of Vinny to secure that third spot, at least for the time being. Stallings has damage on the right front corner down at the bottom on that car. And that may be letting a little air up underneath that right front, not sealing it off. He may not have as good a downforce as he needs. But we'll go back to the front. 14 laps about to be in the books. Boudinot opening it up now, 7/10 of a second. He is just staying right along the high side right there. Right rear nearly dragging off the track. This time goes to the bottom in 3 and 4. Tony Martin keeping it at about 3/4 of a second. Adam Vinny getting back around Noah Abbott. Stallings still right in there. Woohoo, that was close for Abbott. He almost took it out the window. Back got into Vinny, had to roll off the throttle. It unsettled the car a little bit. He's lucky the right rear didn't hop over the edge. Stallings is still 5th, then Bigelow and Watkins. Smith is back up to the 9th spot, or the 8th spot. Michael Everett is 9th. Blazer inside the top 10, then Lamb, Burns, and Murphy. As Boudinot and company go by and put him a lap down. Halfway this time. 20 laps completed, 20 laps to go. Martin trying to get there a little too fast, and he is going to kill the fence. Down in turn number 4. Let's go watch this one. As he was closing real good, getting through 3 and 4, and it was just a little too much momentum. Up and over, boom, hard shot. That car pretty much done for. Martin headed back and off into the work area. Racing hard for second place right there. For the lead, was in second place at the time and maybe just pushed it a little bit beyond the edge of the envelope. So it'll be Boudinot, Vinny, Abbott, Stallings, and Bigelow in the top 5. Watkins, Smith, Everett, Blazer, and Lamb are the top 10. And then Burns in 11th. Murphy should be 12th. A lap down. It might be Tony Martin in 12th and Murphy 13th. Martin going to roll it back onto the speedway. A little Barabon, a little hustle, and we're about to go back to green racing, so he's going to join the back of the field. He's got a long ways to go and only about 19 laps to make it up there.
Green flag, green flag.
This time on the outside, Boudinot gets a good start. Vinny's going to have company quickly. Once again, Abbott, and Noah Abbott slides across the nose. Had to check the car down to keep it on the racetrack. He'll lose 3 spots. Vinny, Stallings, and Watkins go by. Now he goes out the window down in turn number 3, and he'll have to come back around and bring the car back on the track, and he'll do so, but he went to last place doing it. Boudinot, 1.2 seconds out in front. Adam Vinny. Alan Stallings, second and third right now. Where is Martin? Well, Martin's all the way back to 7th, and he's about to go to 6th. If he can get around Blazer. Not this time. Maybe next lap. Battle in front of him because Matt Smith is back in the top 5 and looking for more. He's trying to get around Watkins in 4th. 15 laps remaining. Boudinot, 1.6 seconds. He's racing away from these guys. You can see that gap. They're not even on the screen. There's Vinny and Stallings, and they've got a healthy gap back to Watkins and Smith. That's 4th and 5th. Blazer right in front of Martin. So Martin's recovering. He's back to 7th. Boudinot getting around lap traffic. He puts Murphy another lap down. Here comes Vinny and Stallings. Stallings with a problem. The car shot to the right. That's going to move Braden Watkins up to 3rd, but Matt Smith goes by on the high side, so Smith back in a podium spot. Something wrong with Stallings' car. He took it straight to pit road. And I'll tell you what, Adam Vinny around the high side takes the point. Boudinot off the top side, and he's working it down on the bottom. That 34 car having a serious problem right now. Watkins right in front of Blazer and Martin. No fuel. Oh, no. And then there's Tony Martin knocks the front end off the car again. But iRacing puts it right back. Boudinot took it to the pit, or to the infield. He's out of fuel. So Adam Vinny out in front. He is 6 seconds ahead of second place. All these guys look like they're getting short on fuel. So many cars low on fuel. We still got 5 to go. I feel like Adam Vinny
Caution is out. Caution is out.
might be trying to save as well. I think Michael Everett's car just might have stopped. He might be broken from all that contact. The right front might have been broken. So well, we're going to go back live. We still got 4 laps to go. And I think everybody's having a fuel problem. Everything is out of order, I think, because I feel like Adam Vinny is the leader. I don't know. We got guys that can make 4 laps. Maybe. Maybe Vinny, Burns, Bigelow. Who else is still out here? David Murphy's back here. Everybody else has taken it to the pits. I think Bigelow might be done. This may be it for him right here. Maybe not. And maybe so. Yeah, I think the 27's out of fuel as well. Wow, 5 laps short on fuel, and I feel like it could be the whole field.
Green, green, green.
Green flag, but no loud roar of the engines. There goes Adam Vinny to the infield. Brock Bigelow, Tracy Burns, they are coasting around here.
All right, man. Caution is out.
And caution going to come out for the cars on the front stretch. We haven't seen this in a very long time. I can remember the last time. The last time was DSRL 410 sprint cars at Knoxville on a 40-lap race. They were able to get 39 and about 5/8 of a lap. And guys started dropping, turning into turn 3. Well, that'll change some things up. The 16 car looks like he's going to be the one to pick up the win. Vinny and Bigelow will be second and third officially. I'm not sure how we score this. We still got some guys making laps. I don't know who officially is going to be scored the winner of this thing. Adam Vinny, when we took the yellow, but then we took another green.
Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
So I'm not sure how we're getting this scored. We're probably going to need somebody in official capacity to talk to, and let's try to get Michael Everett. Michael Everett, you got a copy?
Yeah.
All right, man. How are we going to score this officially? Because a lot happened in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out up in the drivers' meeting. Trying to figure out how we're going to do it. If we're going to do this through a drop week, or are we going to, I don't know how we're going to do it, counter or not.
Well, I think we'll just grab some random drivers and interview them while you guys are deciding that to get their take on what happened here tonight.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right.
Thanks, Michael. Michael Everett, kind of the man in charge. So let's grab a driver that's sitting in the top 2, top 3, at least on our scoring pylon. And let's ask Brock Bigelow, what in the world is going on?
So, just to put it in the most basic terms, we all ran out of fuel. We didn't have enough
All right, man.
to go the distance. We don't know
We're not
why.
going green this time. We are not going green.
We're still trying to figure that out, and obviously figure out what to do with those that are still running, and also where we're going to call the race. We decided right now, unofficially, call it when the caution came out. So there's a little bit to go through right here, which is a shame because the racing was really good.
Yeah, it was. It was shaping up to be pretty exciting there, and then all of a sudden we see Boudinot slowing down. Vinny goes by. You start slowing down. The next thing we know, the caution and Adam Vinny's slowing down really quick. And then when they get the green again, nobody could go anywhere. And so, obviously fans confused, broadcasters confused. So we wanted to get a driver's perspective and see what was going on. We asked Mr. Everett. He said you guys were trying to figure it out up there. But you were in the driver's seat, and I wanted to get at least one more opinion about what was going on.
Right, and obviously, once again, thank you for doing this, and thank you to Wisconsin for putting it on. We're still hashing it out. We're considering this being a drop week, which I know is disappointing for those that tuned in to watch
All right, man.
a good race, and there was a good race going on. This track was slicking off, and you could throw sliders, you could rip the very, very top at the risk of flying off like I did a couple times today. And yeah, we don't know if it's an iRacing issue, if it was an issue in the league setup. We really don't know, but we're going to get to the bottom of it for sure. But thank you everybody for tuning in, and thank you for as always, your handiwork in the broadcast booth. And yeah, it's unfortunate this is how it ends, but sometimes stuff happens. Makes for good stories.
Yes, it does, and this will be one we won't forget for a little while. Thanks for chatting with us, Brock. Good luck.
Thank you. Very much appreciated.
All right, man.
Brock Bigelow.
Pace car, we're not going
He's
green
sitting there. He
this time.
shows
We're not
second.
going green.
Let's talk to Mr. Vinny, and I know what Mr. Vinny is going to say. Yeah, I want to call it when the caution dropped because 14 car was out in front. Adam, what seems to be the consensus, buddy?
I have no idea what's going on. We all knew that we were going to be short, so got to play fuel mileage, I guess. So I don't know what's going to happen. I had a fast car in the heat race, got run over a little bit. Then I couldn't get back into my groove, and then I threw it over the turn 3, turn 4, held on to it. Yeah, and then I felt fast, felt confident in the feature, and
Caution is out. Caution is
all of a
out.
sudden it's like, oh, you're not going to make it on fuel.
Yeah, well, we noticed cars starting to fall off and go down the back, like Stallings dropped out, Smith dropped out. Then we saw Budno slowing down. You're catching up. You go right by him. We get a caution. Still got 4 laps to go. A bunch of cars start pulling off, stopping. I don't know how confusing it was in the cockpit, but it was pretty confusing in the booth.
Yeah, it was confusing. I knew they were going to burn up their fuel just the way that they're running. I very seldom went full throttle until I wanted to make a pass, and then I could control kind of how I wanted to run, conserve fuel, let them burn up a little more, try and do sliders or whatever they wanted to do. So yeah, I tried to conserve fuel. I knew we were gonna be low and everybody was gonna run out. Just tried to be the lone survivor.
Well, we hope that they call it at the caution for you, and if they make it a drop week, well, it was still entertaining, and we'll try to come back and put a different show on next week.
Yeah, that it would be great. I'd love it. But if it drops, then that really sucks. But what can you do? I mean,
No, nothing.
You can't change it.
No, you can't change whatever the final decision is. But, man, it was a good run out there tonight. Thanks for chatting with us. Go find out if you're going to get a win tonight or if you're going to get to drop it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Roger. I'm looking forward to Wednesday, though.
Yeah, I'll bet you are since we're going to a road course, and I heard you were the quickest guy in practice last night.
I was okay. I still got some dialing to do on the truck, but it was decent.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you on Wednesday night then, buddy.
Sounds good. I appreciate you broadcasting and Beard Wisconsin sponsoring it. So sorry we couldn't put on a full show, but hopefully you guys enjoyed what we had for you.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, buddy.
Thanks, Roger.
Green flag, green flag.
Yeah, they're going to drop that green. I don't know what they're doing on this one. We think the show is over. We're not sure. It's just a weird finish. They'll decide what they're going to do. Until then, there's not much anybody can do or say. Admins are working it out. Obviously, there goes Vinny. He's going to try to make it back around to the pits, I'm sure. Murphy's still cutting some laps. You know, they dropped the green, dropped the yellow, and he still has fuel, but he was a couple laps down to begin with, so he probably does have a little more fuel than everybody. He'd make it back to the lap with him, I think, before he ran out, but unfortunate. You cut it close on fuel. Sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. Tonight, it was the latter. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the great leagues giving us cool racing like we saw tonight with an interesting finish, nothing for us to cover. Doesn't make it worth doing. Make sure you join us tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Say hi in the chat. Watch the best big block modified racers on the service go at it in round number 8 of the Justin M. Steakhouse Big Block Modified Series. and then tune in with us for the rest of the week. Until we see you guys again, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down. You got to keep it dirty at all times.